Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. My name is Gabi, and I am a certified NLP practitioner, a certified EFT coach, and a law of assumption coach here at Create Your Future. And thank you so much for joining me, where we meet every week to dive deep into the law of assumption to figure out how to make it work best for you. Okay, so today's video, very quickly, we're going to dive in to time and time delay. Okay, I've had a lot of clients and subscribers that have really been asking questions around, well, how long is this going to take? And I've had some videos in the past around this, but I really wanted to kind of hit the nail on the head here. Okay, so our human self, right? We're living a duality experience. We're living our God self within our imagination, which is our reality generator self. And then we also have the human self that is experiencing this 3D world, okay? Our human self perceives time in a linear fashion. So, our God self, who is in our imagination, which is where all of our creation takes place, or as I prefer to say, your selection of your experiences, where you generate your reality in here, it is an instant generation. It's absolutely instant. You remind yourself of who you are. You remind yourself that you have this. You fulfill that for yourself internally. And it is an instant fulfillment, meaning instantly you realize internally that this is yours. Now, outwardly in the 3D, we do take into consideration that linear time. That is how we perceive time, okay? And as I've shared with you in the past, time is a man-made construct. We look at time or use time to measure between one experience to the other, right? Between one birthday to the other, between one Christmas or holiday to the other, etc. So it is our man-made way of measuring time, and it is perceived and understood to be a linear pathway. Okay. So when we are thinking about instant manifestation, we have to recognize that instantly you have what you are desiring. When you're recognizing who you are being, when you are fulfilling yourself internally and going within, okay? And outwardly, it is a perceived linear path in time or space that actually allows the manifestation to come to us in the physical 3D realm, okay? So I wanted to really hit on that because I've had a ton of questions about that. So let's talk a little bit about, okay, Gabi, I get it. I know instantly I have it. How do I deal with the anxiety or the frustration or the lack of noticing that I don't have it in my 3D instantly as I have it in my imagination instantly? So let's talk about this. Manifestation is really the same in the real world as it is in the imaginational world, okay? When you imagine that you are one with your external reality, that actually then pushes out into your external reality. So when you imagine, for instance, that your manifestation is what you have right here and right now, and you remind yourself of who you are the individual, the person who has their desire. You are experiencing this right now in this now moment because it's happening here in your imagination, then it does outwardly start to express. Your 3D world will then start to conform and you will start to see that. Now, when you are looking at your 3D world and you are recognizing why isn't it here yet, or you are saying things around it's not fulfilled instantly, it's not here yet, why is it taking time, I'm not seeing any movement. When you are saying those things, you are in turn coming from the version of you who does not have your desire. When you come from the version of you who does not have your desire, you maintain that state by reminding yourself that you do not have your desire. So you will continue to manifest in your 3D not having your desire. Now, when you move into the version of you that has your desire, when you are feeling fulfilled within, when you are going internally and feeling fulfilled, and you're reminding yourself of who you are, and you're reminding yourself of this is what I would be experiencing, this is what I would be thinking, this is exactly what I would be doing. When you're reminding yourself of that, recognize in that now moment, you are not thinking about not having it. You are thinking about what you are feeling, experiencing, and thinking while having it. So, in that now moment, you are not coming from lack. Instead, you are coming from the version of you who has your desire. Okay. Now, when you then return to the 3D world and you exit your imagination and you're seeing outside of you externally that you don't have it, or you're assuming there is no movement. And I say assumption because there's always movement. So when you are assuming, when you're making that decision in your head that there's no movement, you are then experiencing the lack. And as you experience the lack, you manifest more of it. Just like as you experience the version of you who has your desire, you manifest more of it. Okay. So I want to make this super clear. Okay. I've had quite a few clients recently who during session have mentioned, well, how long do you think this is going to take? Am I on the right track? I'm not seeing movement. There's been no movement in this timeline, etc. There's always movement. You don't need to ask yourself if you're on the right track. You don't need to ask yourself if you're doing anything wrong, if you need to do more. You don't need to do that. You are perfect, whole, and complete just as you are. And if you decide that going internally once a day is enough for you to manifest your desires into your 3D world, then that becomes a rule in your 3D reality and it must take place. Okay. Now, for those of you who are sitting there and wondering, well, why isn't it here yet? How long is this going to take, etc. Notice that those are coming from the version of you who doesn't have it. And if you think about the version of you who has your desire, they are not thinking about how long is it going to take? Why isn't it here yet? I don't see evidence of it. They're not thinking that at all. Instead, they are really relishing what they're feeling and experiencing. They are loving it. They're enjoying it. Okay. That is what we are talking about when we're reminding you to go inside or to go within or to move into the version of you who has your reality. Okay. All right. I hope this clears things up. If you are in America, I hope you're having a wonderful, happy 4th of July. For those of you not in America, I hope you're having a wonderful day. And please remind yourself that you are powerful. You are made of stardust. You can have, be, or do anything that you desire.